Hey folks, Mel the Train Tutor back in the studio and back in my happy place. Yes, 2021 has passed. Thank God for that. Yeah, in all honesty, 2021 for me was a rougher year than 2022. And a little bit of state-mandated self-isolation due to the germ bags that are my children. Yeah, left me with a little bit of the black dog at the end. But onwards and upwards. And so, I'm in my happy place for it 2022. Yeah, and we're cracking on with one of my favourite builds. So, here I am. Here we are. Let's get cracked on. Always puts a smile on my face, doesn't it? Instantly. Right, let's have a look at what I'm working on. Okay, you'll remember from previous videos, tail end of last year. Yeah, I was working on the, my Burma Build, and I'm working on the jungle stuff. Yeah, specifically Jungle Village. Now these are foreground MDF kits. Yeah, that I've sort of tarted up, etc. And then we've based them, and they look all right. Now, off the back of doing those, I did a few of those. I made some smaller scatter pieces. So I made some pig pens and fishing nets. Yeah, washing line. What occurred to me was, one, I didn't have really enough buildings for me to sort of say, you know, this is a village. So I wanted some more buildings. On top of that, having the little pieces, I know from past experience with the smaller jungle scatter that when I play the game, although these look nice, they're going to get knocked about. So really what I want to do is, I don't want to build any more of these. In fact, I want to clip some of these off and transfer them onto my new pieces. So over here, yeah, we've got some buildings. Yeah, okay. And MDF kits once again, on MDF bases that have just been beveled and painted up. Nothing's glued yet. The actual bases on these I've actually customised. I've cut them down, I've trimmed the height so they vary a little, and I've made sure that we've got some space on the side of here. So my next job is I want to start building up the pens and stuff, because I want to sort of like bring this into there and tie it all in as more of a feature. So basically what I'm looking to do is dress up the village and not have so many smaller scatter pieces, but have more feature pieces with more interesting stuff on. Now that means the fishing lines, the washing lines, the pig pens, crates, barrels, all that sort of thing. But basically keep it on one plate, yeah, so that when I place it down, it's all nice and neat. I've not got little delicate bits that are floating around in my storage box that could get broken, and that's the plan. So with that in mind, it's cracking on time. So my bases with the pens are done, and if you come down, yeah, they've turned out quite nice. Now, if you check them out, yeah, similar style as my individual ones, just tucked over there. Yeah, very similar style. They'll fit quite nicely. Had to use thinner wire. You sound like you got a lisp today, both. Yeah, I had to use thinner wire because the hot glue didn't bond as well to the to the MDF as it did to the PVC. Yeah, and so the sticks were a little bit more wiggly, so I had to use thinner wire, but it still come out all right. Put a bit of shade down, a bit of filler over it, and then a little bit of grit with a bit of PVA on it, just to give it a bit of a texture. Now, the next jobby, yeah, at the same time, yeah, I sort of glued these on their bases and gave them a quick spray of brown. Yeah, just sort of clean up all the cuts and that sort of stuff, so there's no bare MDF showing where I've clipped things and worked on things. Then a quick spray over just to mute them a bit. And the idea is, if I can remember where things go, is that one's going to go there, I think, or there. Yeah, quite possibly somewhere like that. Yeah, that one's going to go on here, or maybe the other way around. I'm definitely sure this one is going on here though. Yeah, but beyond that, I've also done some savaging. I broke my washing lines. Yes, I was worried about them falling over as single scatters. So I've just simply broke them off. Yeah, and my nets as well. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue them onto here. Yeah, and have them standing up on these pieces instead. Yeah, that way they're not going to get knocked over when I'm playing the game, and they'll sort of help heighten the piece, if you know what I mean. Make it look a bit more impressive. That's the plan anyway. So get these stuck down on here, get these stuck down on there, then get them herbed up with our standard sort of jungle herb. Yeah, so that stuff, and then all I need to do is come in, do my flocking, add my bits and bobs, and our jungle should be coming together. Remember, once they do come together, it should start looking pretty damn sweet, to be honest, once it's a completed jungle. So, stick with it and we'll see how it turns out. And the sort of pens at the side have worked really well. There's a little bit of sort of dusting and scattering between them, where bits have sort of gone off, and it's just added to the realism. Now I do need to lighten this up, okay? In my other pieces over here, if you see, it's a little bit lighter. Now, the way I've achieved the lightness on this one is dead simple. Whenever you want to lighten up earth, yeah, all you need to do is go for ochre. Yeah, this is, let me bring it up, yellow ochre. And yellow ochre originally was an artistic acrylic that was made from the dirt of the Mediterranean. So it's a light dirt colour, which means if you add this to any of your base browns, you end up with a much more natural light looking colour. Yeah, simples. So, got to do that. Yeah, obviously on the other side, I've resighted my little washing lines and broke them off the little platforms, and I'm a lot happier than there. They're going to add to the realism of the piece, but they're not going to get in the way of the gameplay. Yeah, so I quite like that. I've got a little bit of real estate, as you can see. Yeah, I've got it there. I've got space around here for stuff. I've got platforms here. Same on this one. Yeah, a little bit of real estate. Pen to what to do up. Yeah, and then I'm going to have this as my fisherman's hut, which at the moment we're just going to hang some nets off these either side of here. But when I level up the piece, I'm going to do some fishing related stuff here. I'm going to see if I can get some green stuff, make some little fishies, maybe a chopping block or something like that. But that's in the level up. In the meantime, what I want to do is just basically get these pieces in line with this piece. Yeah, which means we've got to finish the last bits of painting on the pens. We've got to then grass it up, add some clumps, get it textured, and then bring it back. And then we should have, if I'm right, 6 buildings in total for our village, which should be enough. Right, there's only one way to find out. It's cracking on time. And so with those final details done, our little village expansion is sort of completed. Here. Right, here we have them. And I've got to say, I am quite pleased. Yeah, they've turned out lovely. Yeah, if I bring them up, first off that one, you can see how, you know, the washing line really brings it alive. You know, and it genuinely does look a little lived in. Yeah, moving on to the fisherman's hut. Yeah, we've got some barrels there, crate. Yeah, I've just sprayed down the nets a little, knock them down a bit, just as I was blending the ground in. Yeah, same with that net. It looks lovely. And then finally, our other pig pen. Now I do have some pigs to go with these pens. Yeah, So I've got to get those painted up, and there's a lot of other little details I want to do on these pieces. There's some logs I want to add, there's some small vegetation, things like that. But when I do that, what I want to do is I want to enhance the entire set across the entire board, not just do it a little bit on one piece, but raise the entire set up to a certain level, and then when I've got it at that level, go, yeah, that's where we're calling it, and then call the set complete. So we have got one sort of level up to do on this piece, yeah, on these pieces, yeah. And the big one of that is the roofs, yeah. Now obviously all of these, they've got the standard foreground jungle roofs, yeah, jungle hut roofs. But what I want to do is I want to change this for teddy bear fur, yeah. But the issue is I haven't worked with teddy bear fur in quite a while, and to be truthful, my basic technique is just to soak it with some watered down PVA, give it a comb, and then once it's set, paint it up. But there's been loads of good techniques I've seen over the years done with different materials and that sort of stuff. So I think it's time for a terrain lab. Okay, now what that means is, yeah, we're going to be cracking on, and check out the Terrainiacs group. The link is down below in the comments, yeah, because I'm going to start a thread in there about teddy bear fur, get me ideas, and then the next video after this will be a terrain lab on teddy bear fur, so I can figure out how to do jungle roofs really nicely, yeah, share it with you obviously, and then come back to this, and then we can carry on and it and sort of do all these pieces. So that's the idea for the roofs. They're all getting teddy bear furred up, but I'm going to need your help for that. Yeah, now in the meantime, yeah, let's show you the sort of other pieces. Now you will remember we've got this one that comes in. Yeah, in fact, let me pan the shot out a bit and we'll it. I'll show you the village setup. So here I've got all my buildings laid out, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them, 5 jungle huts and the trading post. Yeah, a couple of long huts, 3 short huts, a couple with pens, a couple with crates. But overall what I wanted to do is just show you the sort of space my village is now taking up. Now this will take up approximately, once it's laid out and I've got a couple of other little elements I want to do, yeah, it's probably going to take up about 1/4 to 1/3 of a tabletop once the jungle's in and that sort of stuff, which is about what I want from a set. Now obviously you want to see it on the table with all the jungle bits and that sort of stuff. Well, no, you can't. Yeah, I'm being a bit of a tease on that one, to be perfectly honest. I want to get this set looking really nice, and I'm showing it off bit by bit, yeah, which means it's sort of incremental. Yeah, now obviously I've got the leveling up to do with all the other little bits I want to do on it. And so what I want to do is hold back, like getting the board out and getting all the jungle pieces out and that sort of stuff. Yeah, and more, give you an idea of the space and that sort of stuff, but save that, yeah, for when it's actually done. Okay, so I'm being a bit cheeky, and I can, because you can't stop me. That's a bit bad. Can I just say, yeah, I know I've been distant, I know, you know, we're not going to go into illness and all that sort of stuff, but this has been a cracking icebreaker. I've loved being back on in front of the camera for you. Now, I will give you a little showcase of the smaller buildings that we've just done, because, you know, you deserve it. You know, you're fam. Where have I got that from? I'm giggling today, aren't I? Right. It's having it set out and looking. I just get excited by terrain, guys, you know what I mean? Right, you've lost yourself post, bloody hell. I'm not editing this out. No. I want you lot to see how happy I am in front of this camera. Right. I'll give you some nice nicey pics now. Here they go. And that's given me an opportunity to compose myself. So guys, this has been the icebreaker, the first video of 2022. Yeah, and obviously back on the track. I have got the teddy bear stuff going on. Yeah, I need to do some jungle tracks as well, so that's going on. Yeah, so there's lots going on and there's more coming. Keep an eye on my Facebook page. Yeah, links are down below. As always, I've forgotten how I do this end stuff. So there's going to be links on the screen to other videos and to Patreon and to support me and that sort of stuff. I am getting back in the saddle and your support's appreciated, guys, you know. Challenging times and all that. But either way, important thing is we're cracking on with terrain. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. All the best, yeah? Ta-ra.